Hello guys, so today we will see how to determine the mass of an element in a given mass of compound. So let's get started. Let's take the first example. So to determine the grams of sulfur in 40.9 grams of calcium sulfate, we should know percentage of sulfur in calcium sulfate, and then we will determine the grams of sulfur in 40.9 grams of calcium sulfate. So we'll determine percentage of sulfur. Now we have only one sulfur atom in the calcium sulfate, so 1 into molar mass of sulfur is 32.059 grams. As we are using the values for 1 mole only, so we are ignoring the moles. Divided by moles, like gram per mole, we are using only grams here. Now molar mass of calcium sulfate is 136.1346 grams and multiplied by 100, so we'll get 23.5% of sulfur in calcium sulfate. Now we'll use this mass 40.9 grams of calcium sulfate, and we'll use the dimensional analysis method. We have the percentage, so 23.5% of percent of sulfur means 23.5 grams of sulfur in 100 grams of calcium sulfate. So grams of calcium sulfate will get cancelled, and 40.9 multiplied by 23.5 divided by 100 will be 9.61 grams of sulfur. Now if you will see, 40.9 has the significant figures, so our final answer should have 3 significant figures, and 9.61 also has 3 significant figures, so this is our final answer. Let's take the second example. So to determine the grams of carbon from 6.02 grams of glucose, we need to determine percentage of carbon in glucose, and then we'll determine grams of carbon. So firstly we'll determine percentage of carbon. So atomic mass or molar mass of carbon is 12.0096 grams and number of carbon atoms 6, divided by molar mass of glucose is 180.148 grams and multiplied by 100. Now we'll get the percentage, which is 40.0% of carbon. Now we'll start with 6.02 grams of glucose multiplied by, now we know 40.0% carbon means 40.0 grams carbon in 100 grams of glucose. So grams of glucose will get cancelled, and 6.02 multiplied by 40.0 divided by 100 will get 2.408 grams of carbon. And as 6.02 has 3 significant figure, our final answer should be in 3 significant figure, so 2.41 grams of carbon in 6.02 grams glucose. So these are the practice problems. You guys can reply with your answers in the comments section. Please do like if you get any value from this video. Please do share and subscribe to our channel for such more videos. Thank you.